Good morning, everybody. Kimberly Olson here, coming in for a impromptu Facebook Live. But as a busy mom, sometimes you just gotta do it when you can do it. So if you can agree with that and understand where I'm coming from, I appreciate you. So this is mostly gonna be for the replay viewers because I did not tell you guys that I was gonna be doing this. But this was a topic that was requested. And since my husband so wonderfully took the girls to Home Depot and probably Lowe's as well, I had a few moments to myself. And I had to come in here and do my live because we have the back door open. Can I just get an amen for that? So those that live north, you guys, spring is coming. I promise, just hang in there. We have a high of 76 today, and I am a little bit fired up about that. I don't know about you. So if you are coming in live today, let's go ahead and get a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments so I can see who's on today. If you're watching the replay, put 2 in the comments. If you're new and you've never seen my videos before, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. And if you share this video, there's a little button in the left corner, I believe, that says shared. Facebook is always changing its live, so I'm not sure. There should be a button, so share this video because this information should really inspire and help your team, if you work with a team, or just some friends, maybe that you could help lift their spirits up a little bit today. Also, you can also invite people to watch this, and this can be really helpful if you have people on your team that are not very active on Facebook yet. Maybe they don't really even understand it very well. Hit the invite button and you can actually type people's names in and invite them to watch, and they'll get a notification, which really, really helps your newbies. So let's dive into the topic at hand. And this is so impromptu, I don't even have my little notebook of notes. So I'm just gonna share with you some things that's on my mind, and I really hope to help those that ask for this topic. So we're gonna talk about how to create your best self, how to become the best version of yourself. And it's not foo-foo, we're gonna talk about some tangible stuff that you can do. But basically what we're talking about is, what do you need to do to get in alignment to be the best version of yourself? The very first thing you need to do is figure out what that looks like. Okay, I remember so many times and even years where, you guys know me, I'm a very driven, goal-oriented person, and I've been like this since I was 7 years old. So it's not new to me. And it's been something that's just been a big part of my life. So I'm constantly thinking about, what can I do that's different? What can I do to help other people? That's always been on my heart. And in order to do that, there are certain things I have to do in my life and change to line up with that person. So step 1 is you are going to get out your journal. This is your homework this weekend. And this is a great thing to do after the month ends. If you're on a team, when your month is done and you're gonna reflect on how the month went, this is a great activity to do on the first of the month. So you're gonna sit down, you're gonna get that journal out, you're gonna get some quiet time, and you're gonna write down what that looks like to be the best version of yourself. Does that mean you get up early and you do mindset work? Does that mean that person doesn't hit the snooze? Does it mean that you spend some time in the morning doing meditation and maybe guided visualization? Does it mean you exercise? I work in a health club and I have so many people who they want this certain healthy lifestyle and they want to be active, but they're not making it into the gym, right? Has anyone been there before where you're just not sticking to your exercise program? Go ahead and put a 3 in the comments if you have joined a gym before and not made it in, right? We've all been there. Or maybe you say, okay, I'm going to start that diet on Monday, and Monday comes and you don't do it. So you have to first figure out, what is it that you want to have different in your life? Do you want to exercise? Do you want to be the kind of person that is active on Facebook? Do you want to understand social media and learn it and build your business online? Do you want to be the type of person that you prospect every single day and you reach out to 2 new people every day, no matter what's going on in your schedule? What does that look like? Do you want to be the kind of person where people think of your name and what do they think of? Do they think of somebody who's an encourager? Do they think of somebody who's uplifting? Do they think of somebody who motivates them? There's other words that they could maybe think of you right now, and that's okay. This isn't about where you're at right now. This is about where you want to go. So the first step I want you to think about is, who do you want to be? You guys, you can be whoever you want. I know people who said, you know what? I'm done complaining. I'm a complainer, I gossip, I'm done. And they have said, I'm gonna do a challenge and I'm gonna put a rubber band on my wrist, and every time I complain, gossip, or criticize, I'm gonna snap that rubber band and I'm gonna whip myself into shape. You can change, you guys. You can be anything you want. Here's for my moms. Go ahead and put a 4 in the comments if this is you. Are you a mom that raised your voice and you heard your own mother talking? I am a 4. Oh my word. That is like my childhood. And I try really hard not to raise my voice with the girls, especially Addison will say, Mommy, why are you yelling at me? And I'm like, dang it. I don't want to be that mom. I don't want to be my mom that I grew up with raising her voice a lot, right? So I have things I want to work on too. We all have that. So I want you to think about, who do you want to be? You can change, you guys. I promise you. The next step is going to be to look at what's going on in your life right now. And this is the hardest thing. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I've never shared before on Facebook Live. The reason I'm going to share it is because I do want you guys to be more vulnerable. So that's why I'm going to do this. And this changed my life. So what I want you to do is I want you to have a column of what you want to be. The next column is going to look at each one and write down the reality of where you're at right now. So let's say you are that mom that's raising her voice. The reality is, column 1 is going to be, I want to be a mom that enforces good behavior in a constructive way. And then the second column is going to be how you are right now. And that second column is going to say, I'm a mom that has been raising her voice. I'm tired. I'm taking it out on my kids, for example. Then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, what do you need to stop doing to get to that column A? What do you need to do to become the person you want to be? So here's some examples. This is for me personally. Last year, when I did a lot of reflection, the thing that was holding me back personally and professionally is what I would do. This was my habit, is I would get home from work, and I worked crazy hours. I still do. We'd have dinner, and I'd have a glass of wine with dinner. Can I get a 5 or a glass of wine symbol if this is you? Have a glass of wine with dinner. You know, you've had a long day. You're like, I want to relax. Oh, got that glass of wine. Awesome. Then I would have another glass of wine after dinner. Things are feeling pretty good. And maybe another, maybe not, but I wasn't productive after that. There was no way I was going to go on my computer and go work or go on Facebook and prospect or understand how to build a network marketing business. And this is when I had first started. And what would happen is I wouldn't make good choices. I wouldn't go and work like I wanted to. And maybe that's not the same example for you, but I'm sure you can understand. Then what would happen is I would wake up the next day and I wouldn't feel refreshed and energetic. I wouldn't get up 30 minutes early to do my mindset work. So I really had to look at the piece of paper, and that was the one thing for myself personally. I was like, you know what? No more. It's not productive. It's just not worth it. And so I had to cut that out of my life. And I can tell you guys, I learned this from Tony Robbins. He said, when you wake up in the morning, if you have that pit in your stomach, or you have that feeling of unease, or you have some anxiety, it's because you're not living the life that you want to live. And it really made sense to me. I was like, wow, it's true. I wasn't behaving or taking the actions that I needed to take to be the person I wanted to be. And when I changed and I stopped doing those destructive behaviors and habits and patterns, my life changed completely. I became productive at night. I said I wanted to do. I was more focused on being in the moment, and I was more focused on finding things that satisfied myself, my life, and reduce my stress levels instead of having to have a glass of wine. And I know people are like, oh my God, you're crazy. I can't believe you're saying this. It doesn't have to be wine for you. It could be something else, you know? Maybe you're sleeping in. Maybe you're binging on Netflix, right? Put a 6 if that's you, if you love yourself some Netflix. You know, I had to really look at that. How much TV was I watching? I had to cut all of that back. So it doesn't mean it's being perfect. It's figuring out, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And what do you need to do to get there? So if there's some behaviors in your life, you guys, really, really look at those and be honest with yourself, because I promise you, you guys, it's so worth it. It is so worth it to clean those bad habits up and replace them, right? I do this with food with clients. It's not about stopping all the bad stuff. It's about replacing those things. So for me, I had to replace and manage my stress levels with yoga. I do yoga every single week now. Daily meditation, I do that every single day now. I had to find ways to manage my stress and replace those bad habits. And everything changes, you guys. It's a freaking game changer. And if you feel like you're stuck in your business, it's probably because you have some self-development to do. It's because there's some things you still need to learn to grow your business and grow your team and grow who you are. So go get a book. Go read an awesome book this weekend. You know, there's 5 gazillion that I'm reading. Get Over Your Damn Self right now. Don't Mess with a Princess. I'm reading Turn 1 into 1,000, right? Rob Sperry, amazing. And I'm listening to The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks on Audible. right now. I have all those going. Probably should pick one and just stick with it, but that's just how I roll. But what are you listening to? What are you reading? Are you reflecting on yourself? Those are the kind of things I want you to think about. And if you're actively doing that, you guys, I promise you, it's so, so worth it. Like, I feel incredible every single day. Like, that's weird, right? I used to not feel like that. And every day I wake up and I'm just so excited and happy for the day, and I feel good. And when I go to sleep at night, I don't have any regrets for the day. You know, I've spent a lot of work. Maybe some of you guys have seen the interview I did with Michelle Thompson, Letting Go of Negativity. I did some major work with her on myself and my thoughts. I had automatic negative thinking. We replaced all of that. We came up with new behaviors, and I really got some help with her. And she's a life coach, healer type person, and she's amazing. So get some help if you need to, if you need some support, because it's hard to change those bad habits. We've been doing them probably for a long time. Let's just face it. So really quick, I just want to come in here because I had this free moment of no kids, no husband in the house. I mean, let's put a 7 in the comments if you can just love these moments with me. If you just love it when just get a little silence. I love my family to death, but it's really, really rare that I'm sitting in the house like this. That's why I had to have the door open to hear the wind chimes, because it was a little crazy. To finish up, some of you have been asking about my boot camp, and I've been getting some messages in Facebook. So I actually have another girl that is registering this morning. So I think she did. And so if she did, I have 2 or 3 spots left. So if you've already talked to me and we've put something together that I know you're going to register, you're okay, don't stress about it. But I have a 6-week boot camp coming up. It starts a week from Monday. I know, I'm so excited. And it is a 6-week intense program. It's a small group coaching program. Everything's done online. Everything's recorded, so you can go at your own pace. But if you follow along, I'm going to basically teach you how to rock your business on social media. I'm going to teach you everything I learned. I'm going to teach it to you in 6 weeks. It took me months and months and months and months and months. But it's a way to learn how to build your business online. It's a way to learn how to do it the right way, authentically, genuinely, and that way you still have friends at the end of it, right? Because that's kind of important. So thank you guys so much for watching and joining me in this unusual impromptu live, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.